Hey everyone, this week's video is something that you have been waiting forever and ever and ever and ever for. Trichotillomania. What is it? Why do we do it? And how do we get help for it? So stay tuned. So like I said, today I'm going to talk about trichotillomania. Now I know some of you are like, what the heck is that? That's a really long word. That really long, ridiculously sounding word is actually just hair pulling. So we can just call it hair pulling if you want, but trichotillomania is kind of fun to say. So trichotillomania is a disorder that falls under impulse control disorders, meaning it falls under the same realm as like impulsive gamblers and stuff like that, things that where we act impulsively and there's a lot of tension around us trying to stop from doing that. So I have always lumped it in the same category as having kind of an addiction to something, if that makes sense, because we have an impulse, right? It's almost like I talk about in CBT therapy when we have this thought or this belief and we have this action that we're supposed to do, right? And we do it, right? And it's an impulse. We don't think about it. And so we get in this rhythm of just doing it and not thinking about it. And the reason or the way that you characterize trichotillomania is when they have significant amount of hair loss. Now, the most common places that people pull is from our head, from our eyebrows, and from our eyelashes. Although it's not limited to that. Some people will pull from body hair on their arms, legs, wherever you grow hair. You can pull it out and it would be characterized as trichotillomania. Now, that's really it. That's all we need for the diagnosis is that we pull our hair and there's noticeable hair loss and that there is tension. And that's the word they use. And I don't even like that word in the DSM, but for me, it just means that there's a little bit extra anxiety around right before we pull the hair, or if we're trying to stop and we don't. So we have the urge and we like, no, and we don't, then the tension goes up, right? So our anxiety level gets up. That's really all that we have that diagnosis. And most of my clients, to be honest, this isn't the main issue. Trichotillomania isn't something that you have no other struggles, but you pull your hair. This isn't so. Usually it's from something else. We may have depression or anxiety, we may have an eating disorder, or we may self-harm. There's something else going on, and this is, you know how I've talked about before in my eating disorder videos and my self-harm videos, that this is oftentimes a coping skill that we're using in lieu of other healthy coping skills. Trichotillomania is another one of those. So if we don't have another outlet, right, things are really hard and things are getting stressful and we may even be using our eating disorder or our self-harm, but it's just not enough. And so we'll start the hair pulling. And this is something that we'll even do when we don't even know. We can be in complete relaxation state. A lot of my clients, when I'll ask them a really tricky question and they'll be thinking about it and sure enough, they'll start feeling for the hairs to pull. So it's something that we don't even know we're doing. And the first thing that I often have my clients do is just recognize when you're doing it. Try to pull attention to it. I know it's hard and I'm not expecting you 100% to know I pulled here and I pulled then and I didn't do it then, but just start noticing how often you're doing it. And if something triggers it, because once we know when we're doing it, we can often track it back to something that may have happened earlier. And that's why I believe that talk therapy as well as CBT therapy are the best treatments for trichotillomania because it's something that's a subset of our other issues and we need to work through those. And you'll be surprised, the hair pulling will go away. I've had many clients, even in inpatient, where they've been hair pulling forever and a lot of them would cut their hair really short. One woman wore a wig. Some people wear like hats and stuff because they had big, significant bald spots. Once they started processing through their trauma, for these two clients, it was a trauma in their childhood. Once they processed through that, some of them did EMDR and stuff like that as well. Once they worked through that, the hair pulling urges went away. So I would encourage you, if this is something that you struggle with and something that you've been worried to talk about, know that you're not alone. Tons of people struggle with this. It is just another coping skill that we're using, and we have to process through what's going on in our life and come up with some new healthy coping skills to make it go away. And I promise you the urges will go away, that tension, that buildup will go away. We just have to work through it. And if any of you, as always, if any of you have worked on this before with your therapist, with your group therapy or whatever, leave your comments below. Let us know what's helped for you because I can always learn from you just as much as you can help others in our community. And that's what makes us so great, right? So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And as always, like I've been saying on all my Q&As, Google Plus is like running the nation right now. And so you have to add me to your circles so that when you leave a comment, I can reply to it, because I like to do that, you know, because that's what we do, right? So give this a thumbs up if you like it, and keep checking back as we work towards a healthy mind and a healthy body.